Your phone is destroying you. Not slowly, right now. Every notification is fragmenting your attention. Every scroll is rewiring your brain. Every dopamine hit is making you weaker. And you know it. You've tried to quit. You've tried app limits. You've tried willpower. Nothing worked. Because you're fighting a $2 billion industry designed by the smartest behavioral psychologists in the world with one goal: keep you scrolling. But there's a technique that predates smartphones by 800 years. A warrior training method so effective at building attention control that it made men immune to distraction in life or death combat. And if it can help a samurai maintain focus while someone is trying to kill him, it can help you put down your phone. This isn't another digital detox. This isn't another willpower challenge. You'll fail by day 3. This is systematic attention training based on the concept of Mushin, no mind, a state where external stimuli lose their power over you, where the phone can buzz and you don't react, where you can sit in silence without reaching for a screen, where your attention becomes yours again. And I'm going to show you exactly how to develop this, step by step, technique by technique, so that 30 days from now, your phone addiction will be completely destroyed. But first, you need to understand what you're actually fighting, because until you see the enemy clearly, you'll keep losing to it. Your phone addiction isn't about willpower. It's about brain chemistry. Every time you check your phone, your brain releases dopamine. Every notification, every like, every message, your brain gets a hit. And just like any drug, it builds tolerance. You need more hits, more frequent hits, stronger hits. Research shows that the average person checks their phone 96 times per day. 96. That's once every 10 minutes during waking hours. You're not using your phone. You're being used by it. Your attention has been hijacked. Your focus has been shattered into 10-minute fragments. And you wonder why you can't concentrate, why you can't finish projects, why you feel anxious and scattered. Because your brain has been trained to expect dopamine hits every 10 minutes. And when it doesn't get them, it screams. This is what you're fighting, not laziness, not lack of discipline. Neurochemical addiction designed by people who understand your brain better than you do. And you've been trying to fight it with willpower. That's like trying to fight a professional boxer with no training. You're going to lose every time. Hiroshi lost for 3 years. He was 27, working in marketing in Tokyo, and his phone controlled his entire life. First thing in the morning, before his eyes fully opened, he was scrolling. Last thing at night, lying in bed, still scrolling. During meals, during conversations, during work, during everything. His average screen time was 8 hours a day. 8 hours. 1/3 of his entire day spent staring at a screen. He tried everything. He deleted social media apps, reinstalled them 2 days later. He bought a timer lockbox, found ways around it. He tried accountability partners, lied to them. He tried app blockers, disabled them. Nothing worked. Because he was using surface solutions for a deep problem. He was treating symptoms instead of cause. Then he discovered the ancient warrior technique of attention training, and everything changed, not gradually, dramatically. Within 2 weeks, his screen time dropped to 90 minutes per day. Within 30 days, he had complete control over his attention. He could sit for hours without touching his phone, without even thinking about it, not because the phone became less appealing, because he became stronger than the appeal. And I'm going to give you his exact protocol. The same technique warriors used to develop unbreakable focus. Adapted for the modern battlefield of attention. This protocol has 4 components. attention anchoring, delay training, presence practice, environmental design. Each component attacks the addiction from a different angle. Combined, they destroy it completely. Component 1 is attention anchoring. This is the foundation. Every morning, you're going to train your attention like a muscle. 5 minutes of single-point focus. You pick one object, a spot on the wall, a candle flame, a specific point, and you focus on it. Only it. Nothing else. For 5 minutes straight. Your mind will wander within 10 seconds. The moment you notice it wandering, you bring it back. No judgment, no frustration, just redirect. This will happen 50 times in 5 minutes at first. That's normal. That's the training. Every time you redirect your attention, you're building the neural pathways of attention control. You're literally rewiring your brain. Hiroshi did this every single morning. First week, his mind wandered constantly. Second week, slightly less. Third week, noticeably less. By week 4, he could hold single-point focus for the full 5 minutes with only 3 or 4 redirections. This wasn't magic. This was training. Just like lifting weights builds muscle, focusing attention builds attention. The brain adapts to what you practice. This morning practice creates a foundation. You're proving to yourself that you can control your attention, that you're not a victim of distraction. That focus is a skill you can develop. This changes everything, because phone addiction is really attention weakness, and attention weakness can be trained into attention strength. Component 2 is delay training. This is where you reprogram your automatic responses. Right now, urge and action are connected. You feel the urge to check your phone. You check your phone. Instant, automatic, no gap. This is the addiction loop. Delay training creates a gap. Starting today, every single time you feel the urge to check your phone, you wait. Not forever. Just 5 minutes. Set a timer. 5 minutes. During those 5 minutes, you can do anything except check your phone. Sit with the urge. Observe it. Notice how it feels. Notice how it builds. Notice how it peaks. And notice how it passes. This is critical. Urges are not permanent. They're waves. They build, crest, and fall. Most urges pass completely within 5 to 8 minutes if you don't feed them. But you've never waited long enough to discover this. You've been feeding the urge immediately for years, so it feels like the urge will last forever. It won't. Hiroshi implemented this rule religiously. Every urge, 5-minute delay. First day, he had 37 urges. 37 times, he set a timer. 37 times, he waited. About half the urges completely disappeared during the 5 minutes. The other half were weaker after the delay. Still there, but less intense, less demanding, more manageable. By week 2, the urges decreased in frequency. He was down to 20 per day. By week 3, down to 12. By week 4, down to 5. Not because his environment changed, because his brain learned that urges don't get immediately satisfied. The connection between urge and action was broken. And once that connection breaks, the addiction loses its power. Component 3 is presence practice. This directly develops Mushin. No mind. The state where you're completely present with what's in front of you. Not thinking about what's on your phone. Not wondering what you're missing. Not feeling the phantom vibration. Actually here. Actually present. You do this through micro-meditations throughout the day. Every time you transition between activities, you pause for 30 seconds. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. Notice where you are. Notice what you're about to do. This creates conscious transitions instead of automatic ones. Right now, your day is one long blur of distraction. You go from phone to work, to phone to meal, to phone to conversation to phone. No boundaries, no presence, no intention, just automatic behavior chaining. Presence practice breaks this. It creates islands of consciousness in an ocean of automation. Hiroshi would do this 10 times per day, before starting work, before eating, before meetings, before leaving the office, before bed. 30 seconds, 3 breaths, full presence. This practice did something unexpected. It made him realize how much of his life he'd been missing, how many meals he'd eaten without tasting, how many conversations he'd had without listening, how many moments he'd been physically present but mentally absent. This awareness created natural motivation to change, not forced, not guilt-driven, just genuine desire to actually experience his life instead of scrolling through a simulation of other people's lives. And that motivation was stronger than any app blocker or willpower challenge. Component 4 is environmental design. This is the practical layer that supports everything else. You're going to redesign your environment to make phone addiction harder and presence easier. Not impossible, just harder. Because in moments of weakness, friction is enough to break the automatic behavior. First change is phone location. Your phone no longer lives in your pocket. It lives in a specific place in each room. Kitchen counter, office desk, bedroom dresser. Not on you. When you need it, you go to it. You use it. You return it. This single change breaks the constant availability that feeds addiction. Second change is grayscale mode. All the colors on your phone turn to black and white. This removes 60% of the visual appeal, the bright red notifications, the colorful icons, the engaging imagery, all gray. Your brain is attracted to color. Color, remove attraction. This is backed by research. People who switch to grayscale reduce phone time by an average of 38% without any other intervention. Third change is notification annihilation. Every notification gets turned off, not just muted. Off. No badges, no banners, no sounds, nothing. Your phone only alerts you to actual phone calls. Everything else waits until you choose to check. This single change eliminates the constant interruption that fragments your attention. Fourth change is app reorganization. Delete all social media apps from your phone, not your accounts. Just the apps. You can still access them through a web browser if you want. But the extra friction of typing the URL, logging in, dealing with the clunky mobile web interface creates enough delay that most impulse checks don't happen. You can still use social media intentionally. You just can't use it automatically. Hiroshi implemented all 4 changes in one day. Phone location, grayscale, no notifications, no apps. His phone became a tool instead of a toy. And combined with the attention training, the delay practice, and the presence work, his addiction didn't stand a chance. Here's what happened over 30 days. Week 1 was hard. The urges were constant. The FOMO was real. He felt anxious without constant connection, but he followed the protocol. Every morning, attention anchoring. Every urge, 5-minute delay. Every transition, presence practice. Every day, environmental boundaries. Week 2, something shifted. The urges became less frequent. The anxiety decreased. He started to feel space in his mind. Thoughts could complete. Ideas could develop. He could sit at dinner without fidgeting. He could have a conversation without thinking about his pocket. Small changes, but noticeable. Week 3, the transformation became obvious. His focus at work increased dramatically. Tasks that used to take 3 hours took 90 minutes. Not because he worked faster, because he wasn't interrupted every 10 minutes. His relationships improved. People noticed he was actually listening, actually present. His sleep improved. No blue light before bed. No cortisol spike from late-night scrolling. Week 4, he realized he was free. The phone was still there, but it didn't control him. He could pick it up, use it intentionally, and put it down. He could go hours without checking. He could be in the same room with it and forget it existed. The addiction was destroyed, not through deprivation, through training. Now let me tell you where you're going to fail. You're going to try to do this halfway. You'll do the attention anchoring, but skip the environmental design. Or you'll change your environment, but skip the delay training. This doesn't work. You need all 4 components. They work together. Remove one and the system breaks. Or you'll quit during week 1 because it's uncomfortable. You'll convince yourself that you need your phone for work, for emergencies, for staying connected. These are excuses. You don't need it. You're addicted to it. There's a difference. Push through week 1. Week 2 is easier. Week 3 is where freedom starts. Or you'll make exceptions. You'll say social media apps stay because you need them for business. You'll say notifications stay on because you might miss something important. Every exception weakens the protocol. No exceptions, 30 days. Complete protocol. Then evaluate. Here's your challenge. Today, right now, implement all 4 environmental changes. Grayscale mode on. Notifications off. Apps deleted. Phone location established. Do it before you talk yourself out of it. Then, tomorrow morning, start the attention anchoring. 5 minutes. Single point focus. Then implement delay training throughout the day. 5 minutes before every check. Then add presence practice. 30 seconds at every transition. 30 days of this protocol will destroy your phone addiction completely. Not manage it. Destroy it. You'll go from 96 checks per day to maybe 10. From 8 hours of screen time to maybe 90 minutes. From fragmented attention to sustained focus. From constant anxiety to present calm. After 30 days, come back and tell me what changed. Tell me your screen time before and after. Tell me what you accomplished with your reclaimed attention. Tell me what it feels like to own your focus again. The warriors developed Mushin because their lives depended on attention. One moment of distraction meant death. Your life might not depend on attention, but your potential does. Your relationships do. Your work does. Your mental health does. Everything that matters requires focus, and your phone is stealing it. 30 days. 4 components. Complete freedom. Are you ready to reclaim your attention?